We're going to ChromaKey, so you need something shot on the green screen and then something to change the green screen to. And so what we're going to do is we started a new project. We're going to open those files up, so you have to have those ahead of time. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way here for a second, my project, and show you what we're looking for. Let me get out of all this stuff here. And I've made a video file, and so I put it in my H drive. And I'm just keeping everything organized in a folder. That's a good idea. And then I've made an introduction backdrop that looks like my kitchen that I want to use in my project. So the main thing about this is that when you have the person standing in front of there, the scale is going to be accurate. So we're going to have that image in the background, and then we're going to have the video in the foreground. That's not the right one. Let's see, where's that? Oh, it's in this folder here. Okay. So when we play this,
hi, I'm Kennedy, and I'd like to give.
You can see the video and what you're seeing here versus what you're seeing there. So you don't want to be too zoomed in on the backdrop there or too zoomed out, but she needs to look natural in that environment. So we're going to put these two things together. So we need both those files in a folder in your H drive. Alright, so let's get out of here. Now we're going into Movie Studio. I'm going to bring this back over here. And go ahead and go Project, Add Media. Alright. Now, when you add media to a project, it doesn't truly add it. It doesn't save it inside your project. It just knows where to go and find it. That's why it's really important that as you locate where things are, so if I go into my project in here, real estate, I've got my backdrop here, I've got the video I'm going to use, if I have any audio it's going to go in here, and everything is located in the same folder, real estate in this case. And that way the computer knows where to find it. If it's scattered all over the place, you're going to lose those things, and they're going to be offline in some cases. So now we're going to go and add media. What media are we going to add? Well, I'm going to navigate to it, find it in the folder you put it in. So I need my backdrop, open, pops up here, and we're going to go Project, Add Media again, and we're going to find the video of her talking. Open that. Now we got both of these. Okay. The green always is going to go on the top track. So this is a video track. Even though it says text, it's a video. Okay, like we talked about. This is also a video. And then we're going to want to go ahead and crop this down so it's the right length. And so I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm using my arrow keys to kind of back up. And then I'm going to trim this scene so it's the right length. Let's see what that looks like.
Hi, I'm Kennedy, and
Okay. Now, why didn't it change this? Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see how the end is. Okay, I went too far.
home for sale.
We're going to get into why these are editing separately on another time. I don't want to get into that on this video. So let's see how it is.
Hi, I'm Kennedy, and I'd like to give you a tour of this nice home for sale.
Okay, so we've cropped it. Now we're going to go ahead and put our backdrop in, which is going to go right there. And make sure that, I'm going to zoom in on this, that the background is going to be there the whole time that she's going to be there. And then I always look at things, if they're real teeny tiny, it's hard to edit. So zoom in on what you're working on so you can see it. And then there's a little button here. We've used Event Pan Crop. Now we're going to go to Event Effects. So basically we want to tell it that this green is going to be something different. So go to this. And what we're looking for is ChromaKey. So Vegas ChromaKey. Double click that. It's going to add ChromaKey up here at the top. Hit OK. And then you can get into the settings. And so it right now is trying to ChromaKey the color blue, which is by default sometimes what you use. Click on that color, And instead of trying to guess what color to put in here as I move this around, go ahead and use this little eyedropper and then click on somewhere on the screen where it's the pure green that we're using. Okay, so I just used this down here in the timeline. And then you can then adjust some of these things. So you can see by adjusting this, you can go too far and you can take out too much of the background. And you can play with these until you get it right. So here we're making her kind of disappear. Watch her shirt there because it's fading away. The edges are kind of unnaturally crisp. We can put a little bit of a blur on the edge. Sometimes that'll help. You don't want to go too far. It's going to look unrealistic. And you want to really just adjust this and dial this in until things look right. So I might start with all these down, go to high threshold, start pulling this to the right until the background seems to disappear correctly without taking too much of her off of there. And then you can adjust this until you get it the way you want. This shirt might be a little tricky. And then just do a tiny little amount of blur on the edge. And that'll take care of the whole thing. Now, when you get out of here then, and you play this from the beginning.
Hi, I'm Kennedy, and I'd like to give you a tour of this nice home for sale.
So there would be your intro that's ChromaKey. And then later we can drop music below it. We can also add some text that pops up possibly by adding another video channel. And then we can save this.